Yeah, that idea is definitely a miss.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good. I gotta. It was a half joke, but if you're in the area and you got a fucking free day, by all means, I will gladly pay for food and beverages.
As long as I can park my car, I can do whatever during the day.
Oh yeah. There's tons of places to park there. And it's next to, it's like behind a bunch of like auto body shops and shit, so no one fucks with anything. It's nice.
Are you getting hot at the body shop doing something unholy?
No, but I'm hoping they'll move the one car they have parked out front, though. Anyway, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Ready?
Sure.
What am I here for again?
This is your court mandated community service.
Okay, I got... No, never mind. I'll do this rant as my intro.
So anyway, this was going to be a monetized YouTube video. Shame that happened. Anyway,
have you been able to monetize any of the Ace Attorney videos?
Yes.
No, I hope not.
The ones that you kept your clothes on.
Well, then the answer is no.
Anyway, I'm blaming Shy.
But I didn't even get to do anything yet.
Get to do anything is crazy.
I am Shy. I am a ninja girl who plays lots of video games, including things like Final Fantasy XIV, where I'm trying to do everything. Though, obviously not today because, well, A, maintenance, and B, some jackass with the DDoS button, and, well, we all know how that goes. Also, I do a lot of Stardew Valley. Working on picking up something else. Still working on that. You know me, I work on things. You can catch me here Monday nights. You can catch me streaming by myself on occasion, and you can catch me when I go live with Lon.
Thanks, Schmillionaire. Speaking of Schmillionaire, as cool as the other side of the pillow, as long as you haven't fed him cheese, it's Oni Heart.
Yeah, every day I walk the line of am I lactose intolerant or not? I've been kind of busy. I had to deal with some IRL stuff, but everything's fine. And once I'm done this one project I'm working on, I may finally be able to stream again. Maybe. Possibly. I don't even know what I'm going to stream, honestly.
Crab.
I don't have that game.
Add me on Steam.
Why?
Crab.
Hey, I got a
They
lot of
guessed correctly.
games. I got a lot of games that I gotta play.
True. I understand that. We'll get there, one day at a time. Not lactose intolerant, but has a weird reaction to carrots, it's Lon.
Can't tell you what the reaction to carrots is, or we'll get demonetized.
Do not demonetize this video.
I am Lon, and I will be demonetizing the video today. I am a VTuber. I occasionally stream games, And this week you can look forward to me streaming another piece of sponsored content. How the hell do I keep getting sponsored content? My CCVs are shit. This piece of sponsored content I've got coming up is a special treat. Because I got the code last week, and the game came out in January 2023. So, I am hyped to be bringing Hyperdimension Neptunia Sister vs. Sister to my stream.
I love Nep Nep.
I love Nep Nep.
Nep Nep's great. Oni, you ever played a Nep Nep game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate Neptunia.
Why?
Those games. Oh man.
Yeah. They're
an experience.
That experience definitely did not level me up.
It didn't hit your level of immersion breaking. Did you find the ludonarrative plot elements to be a bit outside of your wheelhouse?
They were dumb. It was so dumb.
What do you mean? I used to speedrun Four Goddesses Online, and it was the greatest game. It definitely wasn't an hour and a half of spamming the same button and hearing boing, boing, boing. I'm a kangaroo. Boing.
They're dumb, and they never earn the right to be as dumb as they are.
Exactly.
I had fun with them, but then again, I sometimes enjoy my mindless entertainment far too much.
Oh, it is glorious mindless entertainment. You say they don't earn the right to be that dumb. I say that we've all earned the right to be that dumb when we need to.
Speaking of dumb, this person's favorite song in the whole world is Dumb by Nirvana. It's Chrisseries.
All right, so man, I got today in the mail the check for showing up to jury duty, which, remember, 3 weeks of my life were tossed into turmoil for. $21.79.
I was about to say 40, but damn.
Man, I got $12 for like an hour and a half of jury duty.
Where are my jury summons? I got excused, by the way, from jury summons because we will no longer be living in the county. It was fucking almost insulting. I think it was like $9 a day for the first 10 days and then $20 for every day after that.
Yeah, it was $10 for the first day, and then they gave me $12 for transportation.
Damn.
Good thing I worked an 8-hour shift after I came back from 4 hours of being bullshit around by the court system.
Well,
Anyways, hi, I'm Chris Aries. I lead the raid group Blitz. We're on hiatus, so I'm going to do other stuff on off days, maybe, if I can get the energy to. That's it.
I'm proud of you. Young Sharky is not here. I lied. It is $9 per day for the first 3 days, $25 per day for every day thereafter. And to answer your question, why don't they have professional jurors? Because bribery is a thing, and it's supposed to be every American citizen is guaranteed a right to a fair and expedient trial presided over by a jury of their peers, not
We do
paid
a
people.
really good job of the fair part.
Yeah, especially when we pay those jurors less than minimum wage.
My favorite part is you can break a gag rule 10 times and still not end up in jail. Anyway, before people get really mad at me and someone else on the internet asks who hurt me because I'm a femboy or whatever.
Who did hurt you, though?
To be honest, it was me. But like,
I've got. I was just gonna make a gag order joke. Sorry.
it's all right. I got something you can fucking gag on. Fucking.
No,
The best part is no one can hear the desktop audio. No one can hear the
No, I
soundboard.
can hear it through your stupid microphone.
Good. Oh, my stupid microphone. Anyway.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice.
Fuck Prolapse Patty.
2 minutes, you say. The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
I am
Yo, what up,
an
MPT?
idiot.
No lesbian. Jesus, dude. All the
That's
weirdest
why I
people
made it
show
up.
up.
Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what La Miroir is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I am a magician after all.
Why don't you share with the fucking court, Trucy?
That's your job. I like that we did that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
You know, haters gotta hate though, Gino. Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage.
Hope you're
The
doing
plan
well,
was for me
MPT.
to move there in 2 minutes.
And good to see you, Melodia. 2 minutes?
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you're running.
Running? In that cramped dark tunnel above the ceiling?
Ah, Mr. Attorney, have you already forgotten? Darker lit, it makes no difference to me.
That's true, but
So, you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 of these minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time.
the assistants are always just wild in these games.
You see, I stopped halfway.
Aurora disappears on the video for 20 seconds, but she says she made the trip in 2 minutes. I'm not very good at math, but that doesn't add up.
If you want my professional opinion, I'll bet the answer's right there in that video, dumbass. Well, Mr. Dumbass? Perhaps you have some evidence for us? Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony.
Yeah? Evidence explaining the discrepancy? Yeah. There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between the video and the testimony. It's this brooch that was left in the fucking room. Idiot. Lamiroir, do you happen to remember this brooch? This one that I'm asking you to look at, but you're blind?
Aha! The brooch. We saw that yesterday, did we not? This I remember.
The defendant did not. It was found at the scene, Your Honor.
And you're bringing this up now? Why? I thought we had already determined when that was dropped.
So did I, but we hadn't. Kendrick dropped another one.
Huh?
Take another look at the video. They are really getting their money's worth out of this animation.
Every fucking dime.
Here, you can see she's wearing the brooch.
Oh my god, they can even pause it. Holy shit.
Oh my fucking god.
I forgot I was the judge. So she is.
Well, let's look a little bit later. I bet we can't fast forward it and we're gonna have to sit through it and watch it. Oh, wow. Wow, they didn't make us sit through the whole thing. It's gone.
What? The brooch? It's gone.
What?
Yeah. The brooch disappeared in this short space of 20 seconds. And Trucy didn't steal it or stick it in her panties for once.
No, I did that later.
Ugh. And it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can only be one explanation. The La Miroir we see before the Vanishing Act and the La Miroir we see after are two different people!
That's some bullshit, son.
Well, the brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene, and not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. La Miroir, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes, I think I did.
Oh, you think you did? Listen, lady, this is a fucking testimony.
Oh, I did witness shit I can't fucking see. Absolute cretin.
Order! Prosecutor Gavin?
From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Sarah Judge.
Oh,
I know nothing.
wasn't he just the one that was freaking out?
I, of course, knew about it.
I again call bullshit.
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time.
So, I was right? There was a switch?
There was.
God, I hate that facial expression. It's so fucking condescending.
Just before the stage's tower rose, Lemoire was replaced.
Well, we're on the subject. Just who was this replacement Lamoire?
Why? The man behind the illusion. Valant Gramarye.
It was Gramarye? That's quite the illusion. But I still don't get one thing.
Yes?
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage? Oh, okay, I guess we're just gonna... Okay, thanks, Apollo. She's pretty good!
That's true. Come on, Apollo. That's an easy one.
She was pulling a Milli Vanilli. If you're old enough to know who Milli Vanilli is, go take your Centrum and go to bed, dusty old bitch.
They were just playing a recording.
The Gavinaries aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein.
You mean I'm wrong?
I
We
remember
play a
them
show
too.
live. We play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lemoire.
Very well.
Listen, almost everyone in this call is old enough to understand who Milli Vanilli is. You're all going to bed.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
I am quite elderly, yes. Do tell, and add it to your testimony.
I had to keep singing, even while I moved.
That is Tuesday for Topsy Turvy. Yeah, Topsy Turvy Tuesday. You were singing?
Oh man, we got the intense MIDI.
Oh
Yes.
shit.
Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I use this.
Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling towards the backstage?
Why should it matter where I sing when everywhere I go is the same darkness?
Because there's a big difference between singing in an open area and in a fucking metal tube. You idiot.
No, it's tall enough to stand. I just use my diaphragm.
Okay, do I need to explain the concept of plate reverb to you?
Yes.
Fine.
But if you were singing while you were walking... That's right! Wouldn't the shooter and victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads, after all.
That is right if you don't remember that the monitors were absolutely blaring, but good point.
Are you sure?
You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling.
Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime.
What state?
Georgia.
Ugh.
You know what he means? That old speaker, Apollo!
Speaker? What, John Boner? That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder.
We're monitoring the stage from this room.
Monitoring?
It pipes in the real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set's coming up.
Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually.
So La Mirar singing in the ceiling sounded just like La Mirar singing over the speaker.
Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice.
Huh.
La Mirar?
I have just remembered something.
Oh, it's amazing. Everybody's just remembering something right now.
Tell.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so
So you...
I stopped singing.
What?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing.
The song stopped?
But thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse. So not many would notice.
Forehead! That mixing board I lent you, where is it?
Mix...
Oh, I knew this minigame was coming.
Huh?
That machine, Apollo! The one that breaks music into tracks!
Oh, this. I'd completely forgotten the fact that I've been lugging around a full-size fucking mixing board in my pants.
They were in my panties, silly.
Let's take a listen. Listen, Guybrush Threepwood had it right. Really getting their money out of this animation.
Oh, they are.
Oh, the song did stop.
It does. I'm deaf in this ear, you see.
Well, look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. See where it says, pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. No, please don't make me
No,
fucking
no,
God fucking damn
No.
it. Also, how did the gunshot not get picked up on her microphone? Like, come on.
This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake. Guilty.
Bang Camaro's such an old reference. Let's go. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during La Miroir's ballad.
If that is true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
Well, looks like you got away with it again, Clavier. Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, same.
Fascinating.
Big same.
I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet, one problem remains.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Air Forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lemoire's testimony.
That is kind of how court works, Prosecutor.
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant?
But you have no proof.
All I'm saying is that the truth is yet unclear. until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man. You don't mean...
Johnny Cash?
Yes.
Oh,
Johnny
sweet.
Cash.
The ghost of Johnny Cash. I took a hot tod, clogged up the toilet.
Though he is a friend and band member, Darian Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case, I haven't been paying that much attention.
As a suspect, to be frank.
Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice!
This is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness.
Yeah, for real.
Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess.
Oh yeah, just get him here in 15 minutes, Tony.
I can do it, no problem.
What is it, like a fucking Little Caesars hot and ready?
That's
We
right.
expect him hot and ready when we return.
I don't know about all that, but he'll be ready at least.
They're called hot and ready because they're fucking hot and ready to leave your digestive tract the second they enter.
Pretty
Yep.
accurate.
The one here is actually fairly good for cheap pizza. I was
Yeah,
very
it's actually
surprised.
not that bad.
I've always liked their bread, though. They have pretty good bread.
The crazy sticks are good. The new things they have, I don't remember what they're called, but they're little like pie cups, and they're like $4.
Hmm.
That's decent.
Anyone need a break, or shall we continue?
Oh, good.
Let us
Bro, you
go
sound
home.
like you're about to fucking fall. You need me to come tuck you in?
No.
Bro, I got a sleepy ass cat somewhere in here I can give you. He'll like snuggle up with you. It'll be a good time.
I don't need another one of those. My cat already commandeers the space around me when I go to sleep.
More cats. You need more cats.
July 10th, 1:40 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Apollo! I can't believe it! It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamiwa's performance?
The reason why she was in that air vent? And that switch and the flaming guitar? I mean, when you link it all together, that's kind of what you end up with.
I'm guessing Grammary?
I knew you had what it took.
Oh no, it's
Oh.
everyone's favorite fucking layabout.
Who wants to be a surfer dude? Shy,
I'll
do you want to
just-
be a surfer dude?
I think I can handle it if nobody else wants it.
Sorry, honey,
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to toss Shy some lines tonight.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ah, Daddy!
Mr. Right.
Oh, that's
Mr. Wright? You believed in me? That's weird.
Not really.
That's crazy.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, Phoenix. What?
I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance and say, hiya, bruh.
Is. Why do I even bother with you?
Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all!
Is it milk and cigarettes?
Am I gonna have to fire you?
Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission.
For milk and cigarettes?
Secret? You mean like you're undercover?
Like Mr. Latouche, only shorter and not as well dressed.
Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy?
Oh no, what if you got shot?
That'll
Look.
mean you're the curse, Trucy.
Look, I don't want to be an orphan again, okay?
Would I do a thing like that to you, brah? Anyway, I'm off for a while again.
You're leaving?
Oh, one thing before I go, brah. 6 swells out there.
I know I'm gonna regret asking this, but what is it?
Good luck.
Yeah, cool.
Ellipses.
Is that all you came to say, or?
I think you have things pretty much under control, brah. You'll get Makito Baye off the hook, no doubt.
Yeah, but...
But you're after that detective, aren't you, brah?
Yeah, Darian, why are you being so mysterious about this?
It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system.
The current court system?
What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based upon one fragile assumption. Namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth, brah.
But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch.
A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder, Holmes. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case.
But
If the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure.
Well, what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods, brah. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give to you from our detective friend.
Detective Scott? Emma?
Let's see, this bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is.
what are those, Daddy? More fabricated evidence? They don't look like very good snacking material.
They were found at the scene, brah. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder.
What do you mean? Melted plastic is a
Gunpowder?
great snack.
Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually.
Under the sofa? Yeah, I'm practicing for my fake law degree.
That's where we found that little device thingy.
Right, this. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense.
That's all from me, I suppose. Gotta go catch a fat curl, brah. See you after the verdict. Maybe.
Right.
Every man has an igniter inside him.
You know, I really don't think it's proper to be talking like that in front of your daughter.
Find Darian Creston's igniter, brah, and set it off.
Is that...
Phoenix, we are in fucking court right now. And he walked out the door. Just like a magician. Normally.
What does he want us to do? Would
I'm
be
pretty
more
sure he
helpful
wanted-
if he wasn't full of shit.
Pretty sure he wants me to have sex with Darian, but that's not happening.
Oh, that's what he meant. No conventional methods. So that just leaves sex with Darian, right?
Or blackmail. I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes.
I guess. I'll get you lube.
Well, we're almost to the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy.
I'm gonna wing woman you for this.
God, please
July
don't.
10th, 1:55 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
All of a sudden I've realized I'm very, very strictly into women and women only. Not men with weird hair. I just remembered.
You know what they say, Apollo? The bigger the hair. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor
compensating?
Gavin. Where is Detective Crescent?
In the
Oh,
witness
Masa,
lounge.
thanks for the raid.
Ready to be called at any time.
How was your stream?
Very well.
Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when we moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3.
What is Poke
But his
Rogue?
guitar
Tell me
playing,
more.
It fires my imagination.
That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Stream's been pretty solid
I
for
know.
us.
Have forehead.
I almost improved my PB in 15. And we played Crab.
Very well. Call the final witness to the stand.
Okay, cool. I've been playing a lot
We're
of
so
Pokemon
close
Infinite
to the
Fusion
end of this
recently.
trial, it should only take another 4 or 5 weeks. Detective Darian Crescent.
Yeah, you missed Crab.
Name and occupation, please.
I obliterated the shit out of a squid. My build is dummy right now.
I'll just do him for now.
Mm-hmm.
Darian Crescent, Detective Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who don't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Governors. Maybe you've heard of us.
Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones.
Oh, that guy from Star Tropics?
Man, fuck y'all. I'm leaving.
Do you fully understand
Yeah, welcome in,
the
Raiders.
circumstances under which you stand before us today?
I hope you're having a good night, and welcome in and get comfy.
Yeah, I understand, Your Honor.
That makes one of us.
His hair does look like a penis. It only gets worse.
What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me a word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Darian. And don't call me partner.
Yeah, they prefer heterosexual. What is the term?
Hetero life mate.
Yeah, well, they'd be homo life mates.
Oh yeah, okay.
So much for old friends.
They were roommates.
They were roommates.
I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial.
Sure, why not? Let's hear your testimony.
How's work going tonight, Fantar?
You may begin with your response to Lemuel's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it.
Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Borneo. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice.
Darian, we live in, like, the same city. Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Well, here goes nothing. Oh, come on. You don't want to pick?
The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma Skye hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man.
Oh, yeah. We made some improvements to the house, MPT. I forgot to tell you.
So you claim Lemuel's testimony was a lie?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind.
Wow, it's kind of insensitive, Darian.
You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable witness.
Nah, in Nightingale. We have final inspection Friday, though.
Why not listen to the detective?
Detective Skye. I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Well, he didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this with Lamirar's testimony alone. I have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place.
Diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story.
Okay.
In the first place, she never heard my voice.
You never talked to her even though you were playing in the same concert?
Not a word, as far as I can recall.
But weren't there planning sessions or something?
Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of these meetings with her.
Ugh.
As if you could just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that.
Amarora's hearing is very sensitive. She can remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof. My proof.
She forgot the words because you heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway?
Actually, I was there too.
So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots.
Yeah. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you.
I guess you and Lemoire got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those gunshots, whether those sounds were actually gunshots.
Lucky heard them too. Remember? He said he ran for the air duct when he heard them.
So how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? Well, as an expert of gunshot or fireworks, I would like to present fireworks. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial.
What things?
These nuts. The first was this small device.
That's the remote-triggered igniter.
Correct. And one more thing.
What are those? The remains of something burned.
Have a good night, Fansar.
Guitar, I hope.
Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker.
Eh? Well, how did Gavin know about this?
What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually.
What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin?
I registered Darian as the witness in today's trial. Just in case.
Well, this raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. I don't like that it's vibrating.
For her pleasure.
I don't think so.
I'm not liking what this man's trying to sell me.
You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me.
How so?
So, you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when two witnesses came walking by. Huh.
That's right if you ignore several other pieces of evidence. Darian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
He didn't. He just got lucky.
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one near... You get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man?
Okay, how do I explain this?
He may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weakness, and he's sure to find it. He may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man. And that reminds me. I happened to pass through the very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set.
something odd.
A headset. The kind all the band and staff members were wearing.
Yeah, that's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room.
What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it was turned on?
Well, I mean, you could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you were out on stage.
Whose side you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Hair Forehead. I have a question for you.
Is this like a fucking Willy Wonka riddle? Are the Oompa Loompas about to roll out?
Oompa Loompa.
The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were a part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case.
The other half?
Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That's right, Gavin. Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examination will be pointless.
Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set?
Yeah, I think.
You'd better know, Apollo, otherwise we're fucked.
It can be proven.
You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you.
Shut.
Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony, if you would.
Ugh, this isn't gonna be easy. I need some decisive proof. And fast. Time to unlock that old Colombian fingerprint powder.
You ready, kid? 'Cause I am.
I'm ready to dose you, Apollo!
Shooting took place during the second set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof.
Okay. It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in La Mirar's song.
A song?
What exactly is this, thing you used 5 minutes ago? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps?
Alright, let's get you to bed, Grandpa.
I don't want to.
Why don't we just use this gramophone? This device was used to record the performance, part by part.
Part?
Yeah, you know the thing you used to do with your hair about 40, 50 years ago when you still had some, you big bald fuck?
No, I don't.
You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Memoir's voice included.
Oh, but what does this prove?
According to La Mirar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song.
Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? Might even hear those gunshots.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room or on stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
We were all deeply involved in our performance. But Lemoire's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same.
Then let's go to analyzing that doohickey. Right now!
La Mirar stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshot.
Alright, I'll get the animation ready for
Hell
the
yeah,
18th
Trans writes.
time.
Howdy, howdy, Mew, Leighton, Miriam. How was y'all's stream? Welcome in, one and all. Ooh, I hope you do have a tremendous time with Hollow Knight. How was it? Is this really what we're doing here?
Yup.
Fuck a duck. Welcome to hell. Okay. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. Unless it's an absolutely weird off-time beat 813 section, this is the track with La Mirar's vocals. Oh, hell yeah. Are you enjoying it? I'm not, like, the best Metroidvania style player, but I do love the art and story behind that game. It's really fucking cute. Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I'm Kios. I do a lot of RPG speedruns and voice act. I cook, I clean, I ride motorcycles. I'm losing my
I
mind.
did hear something faintly. Why? It sounded like a gunshot.
What? This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set. Which means Lemoire's testimony was true.
Order! So, she was telling the truth about what she heard.
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot. And then the guitar caught on fire.
Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot in the recording? Weren't two bullets fired from this weapon?
La Mirar was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for a mic to catch the first shot. But then as she passed over the dressing room... Oh my fucking god, he fucking dead. The gun fired again and Mr. Latusse's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent?
Once again, I'm reminded of something.
Hmm?
Our performance that day.
Your performance.
Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory.
Oh, because Darian was
This
late.
This is all fucking payback for him being late for that one song.
Yup.
Dude, he was off time by a fucking
missed
16th
that.
of a note.
You missed that cue, motherfucker. You're going to prison.
You were there too, Hair Forehead.
Bubba.
What is with you today?
Sorry, my wife fell asleep with a cat on top of her. It's too
I got the roses, Shibs. They're lovely.
Oh, I'll let her know when she wakes up. Her and the cat are having a good snore fest.
Problem after problem. Achtung. My hog won't start. My guitar case is busted.
See, this is why I like Bill Murray, because he's always cranking his motherfucking hog.
My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Clavier. Really bummed out for you, bro.
And there was that performance just now. What's it all about?
This part is off.
Which is that? Second guitar? Ugh. It was you, Darian. I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue?
Drugs?
I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well,
You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon. Mr. Latusse's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size.
This shit's so silly to me, because I've shot stuff much larger than that perfectly fine, but go on.
The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder. If you're an amateur.
Wait. You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver?
Huh, you're forgetting something.
Yes, Detective Crescent.
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearm training, plenty of it.
Yeah, with a 38 caliber.
I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officer is a 38 caliber weapon.
I fucking told you I called this like fucking weeks ago.
A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latousse. Which suggests there was a struggle between the killer and the victim.
So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent!
What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say.
That's like the worst nickname ever.
I know. It's pretty bad. Hey, you. Attorney.
Fucking me?
Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on the tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missing due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can light up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, well persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say, except he just told us he wasn't interested in that. Your testimony, please, Detective Gresham. Tell us why you couldn't have done it.
It's like the worst game of Clue ever.
No, I watched that one get played. It was Magic, The Gathering, and Clue at the same time.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful in its horror.
Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been in our country before?
According to our records, yes, not even once.
I see very well. Unlike Lamira. I'm blind, I can make that joke. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now I need to find a motive.
Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man.
Yes, you do.
Objection!
Your Honor, take a look at this.
That candy looks delicious.
It's not. Please don't lick it. Detective Present, you ever seen this?
Looks like a piece of candy.
What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. What? What?
What does that even mean, Apollo?
Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one that color. Are you sure it's not candy?
It is a variety only found in the Republic of Borneo. Virginia. Nowhere else.
Wow.
Alright. But what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Latouche. Does it?
I mean, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man.
A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? That sounds nice. For what?
Apparently, it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind.
Is it fucking incuritis?
However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Borgnia.
Whatever for. If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, dick move, Borgnia!
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely.
Well, why don't they just make these products in Borginia?
A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out into the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community. Though the media was kept largely unaware,
Intriguing.
all this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol.
Right! The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that's misleading. Romain Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent.
So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder.
Oh. So I was going to sell it on the black market and make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoons business.
Did you know that sometimes the acronym MOB does not in fact stand for money over bitches, but instead stands for master of boofing?
But did you know that when it snows,
Baby! Alright, I love Seal. Y'all don't have to.
International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal.
Indeed. Most indeededly. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Lattice undercover.
You kids think up the craziest things. But no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky.
Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm gonna find out what.
International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous.
Oops. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would.
How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye.
Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article, that's about the Chief Justice's...
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease, a cure for incuritis.
Incuritis. That's such a stupid name.
You went to visit a victim of...
Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying...
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying...
That all cops are bad? Yeah. Yeah, I am.
The Chief Justice would never deal in contraband.
I yield my time. Fuck you. Not even to save his own son's life?
But even if the deal went through... Why, it'd be an international scandal.
That's Detective Crescen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one on the Chief Justice, blah!
Detective Gresham, is this true?
First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler?
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all?
Well, I mean, technically, you would have been a smuggler and then a murderer. But
How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway?
All of them. Every single one.
Fuck the police.
distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A A cowardly seller.
Wow, get hacked.
Don't let sleeves over there trick you, old man. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof?
Well,
Oh yeah, you're forgetting one other important thing.
go on.
Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this.
Uh-huh.
Borginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out.
So we were informed.
Oh, they just processed them in Borginia.
Let's continue with the cross-examination.
Virginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know.
Fucking smuggled it in the locked guitar case. Fucking bet. I remember this movie. Actually, there is one way.
What?
Oh! One way to get something out of the country. No one checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
Ah!
Ooh.
I don't believe it.
Believe it! Prosecutor Gavin. What was it you told me yesterday at your office?
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lemoire.
How did it end up here?
I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So, this guitar is from Virginia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood.
False, but anyway.
So, we vacuum packed it in Lemoire's studio. I use a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched?
Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Borginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert.
Oh, you mean when you couldn't open it?
Are you saying that guitar was...
With cocoons this small? It would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia.
Whoa!
Which reminds me, hey Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work?
Good memory there, Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this in fact.
An igniter!
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached to the inside of your guitar?
You mean?
He means this, of course.
There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use picky prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do it than with someone to access, like a member of a band?
York!
Order! 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 So the igniter.
Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems.
Oh, it was a safety precaution.
A precaution?
Ah, hair forehead. At last, it all comes together.
Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of La Miroir's ballad, if you please.
First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor. Which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case.
The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Latouche.
Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself.
If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. The guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. And Dan, Mr. Latouche died.
With Lemoire there to witness it.
There's your case.
Brilliant, man.
This is your exposed mental breakdown, yes?
I gotta know. You make all that up on the fly? For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Darian. The Republic of Porcinia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that kid. How'd I hide a cocoon in the first place, huh?
Well, it's not so hard to imagine. You had help. A Borginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice La Miroir heard proves it. Nah. You made this transmission from backstage.
While your co-conspirator was on stage.
But who was it?
This is it. The coup de grace. And for once, I know what I'm doing. Yay! There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned. With great accusation comes great responsibility. Now go, young Spider-Man. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice?
Fucking Phoenix Wright!
Your mom!
That makes sense, actually, yes.
Well, it's one of two Borginians who had access to an igniter and was in range to set off homie's guitar. There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplish, and that person is the defendant, Maki Tobae.
Mr. Justice, you know that's your client, right?
Yeah, he ain't paying me shit.
Oh, good point.
A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one.
I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than me. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche, and I stand by my statement earlier, that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed, the defendant is Borginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lamoire?
It couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
Well, the reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals.
Recall that this remote only works to a range of about 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Well, now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, La Mirar was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. And let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the vent.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamoire still could have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and La Mirar stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. Still milking that animation. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from La Mirar's position in the air vent.
Ah,
Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that?
Your Honor.
yes, detective.
We see that video where Gavin gets guitar burns. Just one more time.
Oh, just you want to see it before you get put to death?
Well, we might as well. After all, I don't think we've milked it quite enough yet.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this.
Too bad, so sad, punk.
Punk?
First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo!
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video?
Problem isn't in what we see, correct, Darian? Right. It's what you hear. We are all musicians.
Care to explain for us that aren't?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first.
Are you hitting on me?
Wouldn't that be getting your yarn gay?
You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off the igniter? That right?
Yeah?
Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano?
Sure, let's run it again.
Hmm.
What seems to be the problem? The piano sounded just fine.
And that's the problem! Man, you still don't get it? Yeah, how is he supposed to hit the switch if he's playing? You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva.
What?
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she?
Ugh.
Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out. If they couldn't even press a switch.
The piano plays non-stop. Yeah, but that shit's already lit up. He couldn't have pressed the switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well,
It's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo? Were you wrong?
no. Fuck out of here. Fucking dead ass.
Strange.
What's strange?
No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there.
Odd?
Mr. Justice, if Maki Tobaye didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says that he's the accomplice.
You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar's on fire. But the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes.
Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant, Maki Tobaye, The accomplice?
We'll find out next week. GG, everybody. Do you think he did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, where did we find the switch?
In the piano. Ah, well done, friends. I appreciate you taking time and coming to hang and perform. Ah. Ah, gross. Alrighty. Well, why don't let's extroduce our cast. Alright, alphabetically ascending by height. Juan.
Sure, why not? Hi, I'm Lonnie Ikea. I voice act here halfway decently. I also was on Nightingale. Nightingale's done for now, right? I think.
Nightingale.
Okay. And at some point this week, I'll be playing a brand new. I just got the promo code to be a sponsored streamer of a game from January 2023. That will be Hyper Dimension Neptunia Sister vs. Sister. So check that out. At some point in my life, I'll stop getting sponsored content because someone will realize that I'm me and not like a successful person. And then I will finally get back to Ichiban Kazuka's fever dream. Be good to each other. Oh, and tell the people you love that you love them.
Because you may not get another chance.
And I might get incuratus.
You might get incuritis.
It's not lactose intolerance if you let it be. Right, Oni?
I don't think I have a choice.
I mean, you could just refuse to believe it.
I'm pretty sure violent shits would beg to differ.
Maybe.
But yes, soon. Hopefully, I'll be done this project and I'll be able to do things. And I will also be able to get back to work on both of my new models at the same time, which is crazy because, oh my god, I'm doing them both at the same time, so it's going to take forever.
Ambitious. I have faith in you, dog. It's okay. I'll be close. We can be neighbors. I can help you out. Shy.
Yes.
You didn't get us demonetized tonight. Good job. Proud of you.
Hey.
She did only get like a scene. Give her time. She's working.
Yeah.
Let her cook.
But yes, hi, I am Shy. Coming up this week, definitely I'm gonna be with Lon when she goes and does the Project Neptunia game. You should have seen her when she got the code. She was just doing binkies all over the place.
More like I was confused as shit. But yes, also, it was nice to get a code for a game from a big franchise.
As for myself, I'm going to try and get something together. It might be kind of cool, it might not, but hey, that's kind of the story of my life and me in general. So yeah, It was great to be here. Always great to hang with and appreciate all you guys just keeping me on here and letting me do this. And hey, until next time, we'll see you next Monday.
Huzzah! Chris Rees.
What?
Fuck jury duty.
In theory, it's worth it, but man. I don't know. Spay into your pets.
Thanks, Bob Barker. All right, friendos, for me, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate you all swinging through. Thank you for the raids, the gift of Roonies, the resubs, and just fucking hanging with us. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I will give you all the usual rundown if you want to come and hang with us. There's the Discord. I ping once a week, and with everything going on with the moving stuff, it's going to be the easiest way to keep track of what exactly is going on. There's the YouTube. If you miss our shining faces, you can catch up on speedruns, tutorials, EBs, cooking streams, casual playthroughs, the lot. It's all there. Tea drinkers, check out the blends we put together with our friends over at Adagio. Portion of the proceeds benefiting our friends over at the Trevor Project. My wife has a cool Etsy. She crochets. She makes bone jewelry that is ethically sourced, and she makes all sorts of cute little 3D prints, as do I. So if you want big cosplay weapons, hit your boy up. Last but not least, you want to help out with the move, the stream, you want to get some extra cooking votes, you want to be a fucking hero or MVP, feel free to check out the Throne wish list. But yeah, for now, we're going to call it a night. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow, maybe I won't, I don't know. Easiest way is to check in the Discord. But for now, we'll call it a night. Y'all make sure to take care of yourselves, and we'll see ya on the next one. All right, who's got a bad case of incuritis? Who's got a bad case of incuritis?
My throat.
Yeah, for
Remember
real,
to
dog.
have your cat boy spayed and neutered.
Don't worry, that's probably happening in a couple of months. Anyway, we're gonna go say hi to Willow. Willow's fucking gay.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard she's super gay.
That is the rumor on the streets.
I've heard she kisses women. All right. Good night, everybody.
Is that better than kissing bears?
Yes, absolutely.
So the peck